Judicial Services Bill, the Chief Minister breaks his silence on the controversy surrounding the Chief Justice. Gibraltar Bus Company, the Industrial Tribunal, questions who took the decision to make Peter Sardegna redundant as garage superintendent. And Sapphire Telecommunications' official launch. Government states it will not tolerate redundancies at GIB Telecom. The headlines tonight on Newswatch. Welcome back. The Chief Minister, Peter Caruana, yesterday announced that he welcomed competition in the local telecommunications market, despite government's 50% ownership of GIB Telecom. Mr. Caruana was speaking at the official launch of Sapphire's telecommunications networks at the Caleta Hotel.
Sapphire began operations from Europort in 2005. In February this year, they announced an imminent expansion to the operation. They had acquired a new license to operate in Spain and established a hub in La Línea. The following month, they announced a partnership with Spanish telecommunications giants Ono for connectivity to Madrid. An additional hub will soon be operational in Barcelona. Speaking at yesterday's reception, Director Tony Welsh said for a jurisdiction to be taken seriously, it has to have serious competition in the market. Already, he said, there had been reactions to Sapphire's announcements. Competitors GIB Telecom have announced a drop in prices and an increase in bandwidth.
A lot of these customers need to have two people, and it gives them some comfort. GIB Telecom, I think, there is a place for both of us in the market, and I think in actual fact we complement each other because it allows us to back each other up if that were the case. I think the other thing is, and I think that they would recognise that competition wakes one up a little bit, and they have certainly improved their product in the last 2 years as well.
For his part, the Chief Minister told the guests at the reception that government would not expect job losses as a result of the recent takeover of half of GIB Telecom by Slovenia Telecommunications. He said commercial development must be balanced with responsibility to the community. The Chief Minister also pointed out the importance of telecommunications providers in Gibraltar and the huge service they provide to the finance centre and the gaming industry in particular.
As a shareholder, obviously, what we want is GIB Telecom to be as profitable as possible, to return as much dividend as possible, like any other shareholder would be. But of course, as a government, we have a much wider interest to take into account. The interests of Gibraltar, both economically and indeed in terms of consumers, is hugely well served by there being a second telecoms operator in Gibraltar. Why? Well, the most obvious ones are that competition encourages prices to come down, from which consumers benefit. But competition also encourages companies to invest in new technologies, in the delivery of new services, from which consumers also benefit. And then, of course, in terms of the economy, there are two sectors in Gibraltar, the financial sector, but particularly the gambling industry, that is hugely dependent on the telephone system and the internet system. I mean, you can imagine what happens to the online gambling industry when there is a breakdown of the telephone system and they're offline. It undermines their entire business product. So resilience is very important to them. Resilient means backup. It means that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And at the moment, Gibraltar has had all its eggs in one basket in two different ways. First of all, there's only been one company in Gibraltar providing services. So that company had industrial action, or that company didn't invest properly, or somehow didn't service the needs of the industry properly, the industries would suffer. But also, Gibraltar's had all its eggs in one basket in another sense, well, and that is that all the traffic in and out of Gibraltar on landlines had to go through Telefónica's network. Now, Telefónica actually has very good commercial relations with Gibraltar, and that's worked well. But the gambling industry in particular is not happy that all their eggs should be in that one basket. So now, as a result of this operation, they have a second operator in Gibraltar that has a separate from Telefónica way of getting telephone traffic in. So the consumer and the economy are huge winners. The GIB Telecom now faces competition, which means that the government may become less profitable in the future, and the government may get a smaller dividend, but that is insignificant compared to the interest that will flow to Gibraltar as a whole by the existence of Sapphire.
Another of Sapphire's directors, Lauren Cieseler, took the opportunity to thank everyone in Gibraltar and La Linea who had made Sapphire's new project a success. And the message at yesterday's launch was clear. Gibraltar now has a choice. And as far as local telecoms providers are concerned, this can only be a good thing.